Hello, fellow humans! Hello, fellow humans. Today we will be talking about Thayacht. Well, let's address the elephant in the room first, which is that there are a lot of entries here. 6. So yeah, I will tell you about that first. Well, basically, the originals, which are the creators of everything, and no, the Earth is not 6,000 years old. Just wanted to address that quickly. Uh, Made a universe at the. Yeah, actually, the first thing they made was themselves because there was no time, so they were in multiple places at the same time. But then there was time, and etc. etc. Yeah. Then they made a universe because they were bored of being in the nothingness for a long time. And then that universe was instantly eaten, well, not instantly, but very easily eaten by this ape. Yes, that is an L. I don't know what I was thinking. Which how how could this creature exist if they didn't create it? Actually, they did create it. When creating time, they fucked up and made the five five species of creatures. There they are. But after making them, what I said, they devoured their universe and all that. Very sad. So they created Thayacht, the vessel. I don't know if you can read that. I don't care. And so the vessel, what it does is eat whatever of any of these who approach them. Because yes, there are multiple of them. The void is infested with them. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire history of Thayacht. Yes, because Thayacht can't interact with the things inside it, and it's not like it's really a god. It's not conscious. It just eats whatever gets close, except from the gods, and so yeah. That's why I didn't make a full episode just on this one thing. So instead, I will talk about the others, the creatures of the void. Actually, this wasn't the one I wanted to pick. There it is. Okay, since we're only 4 minutes in, I wanted to again talk about the other creatures of the void because their history too is short because there are a lot of them. They're species, not just individuals. So yeah, first is the appler. As you can see, it has multiple mouths and one that can consume others of these creatures of the void in one go. It is the biggest one of them all, but definitely not the deadliest one. It is like a blue whale or something. Yeah. But much more aggressive. I mean, compared to the other ones, it is like a blue whale. Then it has horns because it rams into their opponent, and these things that look like tongues but actually aren't. They are spikes that poison and pinch their enemies before they are brutally eaten. Then there is this. Yeah, I like this because I forgot. I, I was trying to be edgy. I was trying to make this drawing look cool and all, and then I made a font that is unreadable. So I tried to translate it, and this is what I ended up on. Which, wait me for a second. There we have it. I only now realized that this wasn't an H, it was an X. So yeah. Mark's toe. Yes, I use the thorn. I don't care what you say. Which is what I tried to translate it to. It's a worm, a great worm. It is the longest one of these. And it is the deadliest one. Well, second deadliest, actually. And I think you can already see why. So let's address the eyes first, because that's less scary. These eyes don't see light. They don't see light because there is no light in the void, and it would just be blind, and the eyes would be completely worthless. So these eyes instead are like flashlights, but not literal flashlights. They create heat. They're like snake eyes. I think you know what snake eyes are. And if you don't, well, I don't care. Yeah, they produce heat to scan the area, and then if they don't see nothing, they just like turn off. But well, they're always producing heat. That's why this thing is moving constantly, like what moves constantly? A salmon, I think. Like a tuna trying not to die, because these need food to survive, and they need a lot of food because they're very long. I am getting lost. So yeah, it can also produce a blast of energy. Well, actually, it is energy. It's just, yeah, a blast. And they can also produce tentacles. I covered this, and I didn't know that I eventually was going to show it on camera, so I don't know if you can see them well, but there's tentacles coming out of its mouth. Yeah, not that much. Oh god, we're already 8 minutes in. I have to do this fast. 9 minutes. I think you already can figure this one out. It's just this is an R, T, O, etc. Mortoth is not the biggest one, not the longest one, but it is very scary, and that's its main gimmick. Well, not gimmick because it's biology, but it's technically not a biological being because it's made of etc. Yeah, this creature intimidates its opponents by looking like this or this. I'll talk about this one later. because there is so few light or things you can see within the void. You can very easily trick someone into a predator into thinking you are not food. But yeah, they're still hunted. And for that, they have venom. Venom. Here it is. I need to aim the camera right. Uh, yeah, they can also sting their opponents, which will, uh, yeah, they will be stunned, which will stun them. Yeah, and then they can slowly siphon the life juice out of their being. Why did I do the Italian hand gesture? Yeah, like leeches. Yeah, they're basically leeches. Then there is this Dojater. Dojater? Ja, ja. Yes, in German. I don't know. Is this an I or a T? I don't know. Dojater. I'll call him like that because I don't know how to read correctly. Yeah, this is the deadliest one. Just like Markstow, it can fire a beam of energy that annihilates anything, or at least kills it, so it can consume the remnant. The remnant, I see. Then there's these scales, which are powered by a crystal. Yeah, not powered by a crystal. They are kept hot by the crystals of other creatures of the void they have killed, annihilated. Because yes, they have crystals inside them. Not like this, but yeah, their brain is a crystal. Technically, because it's not actually a crystal, it's more like a vessel for energy. There is this also, and yeah, the scales keep being hot, really hot. Then there are these spikes, which are these aren't spikes. These are tentacles. Oh God! Already 13 minutes and tentacles that have poison, and when they rub on something, it gets poisoned. And then there are these, which are yes, these are projectiles. I don't know how to call them, darts or something, that also stun their enemies so they can consume the remnants. And then there is this other crystal which they use to create an eye, to say it that way. And there is the last one. No, this is not the last one. This is the last one. Doi Artis. I think you can distinguish it too. No, this doesn't. This one doesn't fire energy beams like a fucking Dungeon Ball Z character or something. No, this isn't an energy beam. This is a ball. This is a ball that they fire to attack. And yes, they also absorb the energy stored in the other things that they have killed. They can also shoot projectiles out of their eyes because they aren't actually eyes. This one is blind actually. And they have these. I thought I was. They have these, which they use to ram into their opponents. And yeah, as I said, this isn't a bolt. This is more like a charge. The tail is what they use to absorb the energy of the creatures that they have killed. And we're already 15 minutes in. Yeah, this truly is a mega episode. I don't know what else to add. So yeah, I'll just let you see all of them for a brief moment so you can look at them. Yeah. Anyways, farewell.